Not everyone that's in the prison that is guilty, but we have a university center criminal.
It's early in the rainy season, and the first big trough has been unleashing its showers on the country for a few hours now. You've been standing outside the Geraldine Rock building on the Castries waterfront, watching the parade of umbrellas and waiting for the rains to stop, hoping Lake Castries reverts to a city of streets soon enough. You look across the road at the harbor, completely appalled at the sight before you. You never get used to it, even though it has become a common spectacle. Thousands of plastic bottles bobbing across the harbor as they make their way to Bannon's Bay. The now popular Castries Plastic Bottle Regatta has begun. I'm Shane. Welcome to another episode of Solutions, Answers from the People. Simple solutions offered by St. Lucians. When it rains, it becomes very obvious that we have a problem with the disposal of plastics in this country. The drains become clogged with bottles, the harbor hosts a plastic flotilla, and the streets are strewn with bottles after the deluge recedes. The flood shows off the problems of plastics, but scrap metal and glass products are as big a problem but remain hidden. We asked the people, what is your solution to deal with or dispose non-biodegradable materials like plastics, glass, and metals? Let's hit the streets and hear what the people had to say.
They should have a special place to put all these garbages. Like, I'll say a special place, like a place that it will interrupt anybody. You understand? A place far, far, far away. You understand? Because all these things can cause diseases and these things.
They can recycle the garbage. That's the best thing they can do. Even the very same bottle, they can recycle the bottle. So by that, there will be a lot of garbage get rid of. That's all they can do. And people used to do something, the garbage bag they put, they need to go ahead and make the use of it. Stop throwing garbage in the street. Keep the city clean.
Well, the very first thing I think we should do is to make people conscious of the hazards of disposing garbage in whatever way they want to. I think it's one of our main priorities should be make sure we make people understand that disposing garbage in an ad hoc manner is not the right way to go about it.
Ça ça do c'est plastique la primaire et mettez en haut mettez en bas avec mettez mon responsable pour amasser pour mettre en bas en nylon because c'est comme ça que
well, give persons license to recycle the materials and just give them the proper place to do it, because the place on the highway, the Bexar highway, is not good. It's too close to the public. So if solid waste management cannot do it, give people license to do it, and the tires as well, yeah?
I think they should have a place to recycle those wastes, because that's creating a lot of problem.
The bottles, like beer bottles and soda bottles, you can put an excise tax on them, like a nickel, and then when they turn the bottle back in, they get the nickel back. So it makes you think about before you throw it away. For plastic bottles like water bottles and that, you need some kind of recycle program.
These were just some of the answers from the people. We'll take a break now. When we come back, more solutions. Welcome back to Solutions. We asked the people, what is your solution to deal with the disposal of non-biodegradable materials like plastics, glass, and metals?
Those who pick up our normal trash, if you have that system here, they also furnish bins, to put your recyclables in, and they pick them up at the same time.
Well, what I feel we should do is recycle them, put them back to use them again a second time.
We have a waste management company actually assigned to come and do it. So they will come and they'll collect everything at one time. So they'll put the glass bottles, the aluminums, the plastics, and everything that you don't want. They actually bring it to a company that will then sort them all out into separate piles. They have the workers do it, and then they will crush it up and make it up and then sell it back to the industries that need it. on the island here that would require a company like a Waste Management or a bigger recycling company to come in and actually do that and be willing to ship the products or airlift the products back out and recycle it that way.
It starts in the school. I recommend that they put bins for tissue, one for plastic, one for bottles.
That if the government can help, each street can put garbage bags or whatsoever put there for any street people passing at that time. They have empty containers you can drop in it. Otherwise, you always see that continue the way it should.
There are a number of creative solutions that can come up. I mean, we're looking at recycling, but also there are beautiful things that children can make out of plastic bottles. I don't know if you have visited the Castries Comprehensive School and see how they have used the plastic bottle to decorate, to create some beautiful projects. So you can use like the science fair is going on right now. It's really the children and the teachers can tap into their creativity and use the plastic bottles to do things. Also, we can look at, as a government, look at policy in terms of how to recycle plastic bottles. I think that is coming on stream, but because it is really a problem. Water collects the disposal of it, because I think right now, because it's not being collected for a fee, people dispose of it anywhere, and it's a problem for us because water is collected in those plastic bottles, and then we have breeding ground for mosquitoes that can cause other problems for us, health issues. So it is something that we have to tackle, but I think we have to always look at creativity in the classroom, creativity in the community setting, in clubs, to see what can be done with the bottles while we look at the issue of recycling plastic bottles.
That was our first set of solutions. Let's look at another problem on the streets of Castries. There's a serious problem with parking in Castries. Most spaces are reserved and taken by businesses for an entire day, leaving little or no space for persons who come to do business and move on. Even the Castries car park facility, which was hardly used at first, is now always full. We asked the people, what is your solution to solve the problem of parking spaces in Castries?
If you put pay parking, the government can make more money. You understand? Because all the parking they have there is not, they don't have enough space, okay, for people to park their vehicle. You understand? Instead of charging them for parking on yellow line, put pay parking. Those are parking, made them pay a fine. And I believe that buildings that are not of use in town, they can erect it and probably build parking areas, make them pay a fine, so there's more money coming to the country. But to alleviate parking is something that the government has to put steep measures so that they can at least generate revenue.
That's why we tell them no cars, because we have no place for that. We have they have no, number one, the street itself, we have no street for the amount of cars in the nation, we have no streets. I see for fighting for sports. So I think what they should do is stop importing cars for a little while.
Okay, I think in my opinion, the Georgia Fifth Park should be transformed into a multi-story car park where they could accommodate buses going both north and maybe the suburban Castries areas. Otherwise, there are many limitations. I think also they should look at the Queens Lane area, the old MNC building. Probably they can be transformed into a car park also, because it will be easier for buses going south to park this area and head south, and then the gardens for buses living north, etc.
More solutions coming up after this break. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Solutions on Choice TV. We asked the people, what is your solution to solve the problem of parking spaces in Castries?
I believe there are many empty parking lots there. I believe government should already take over and then build some parking lots apart from the one there.
One solution could be parking meters, so if you know you have to pay, you'll get your business done and get out of town. But people just park for the whole day and you know, go wherever they want to. But if you have to pay, you'll do your business, get a vehicle out, give somebody else a chance to park. That's one of the ways. But we in the bus association, we to help the situation, we implemented a rotation. So we park in 10 buses every day just to allow the others to get more parking spot, you know.
They should clear a spot and have people park in certain places. So every morning, everybody know they have one location to park. So as you can see, the boulevard bare parking, people have to circle around. That's too much gas wasting.
Well, what I think they can put, as you say, like put building, put other parking lot someplace else, because look, the boulevard, they turn it into one-way thing now, one-way parking, so you cannot do the double parking again. So, and everywhere you pass now is a double line before you park is a, I won't say ticket, I call it a barbecue ticket. The police always giving you before you park is line. You can't park there, can you leave? Even if you say you're waiting on someone, they don't want to hear that. It's out of there. So.
Well, it is heartening to see, for example, what happened in the boulevard, where you have proper signage and so forth. But one of the best solutions, and we've spoken about it time and time again, is for individuals to not necessarily drive their vehicles into the city. And for that to happen, you need to improve on your bus system, so that you have buses that leave on time, on the hour or on the half hour, so that people can feel confident that they can leave their homes, leave their vehicles, and get to work and get to other places of interest on time.
Okay, that's it from the streets today. Parking problems in cities or major towns is common all over the world. Solutions vary from parking meters and multiple-story parking facilities to measures to decrease traffic into the cities, like carpooling and tolls. The problem of the limited space in Castries is made worse by the inefficient use of that space. Most of the available parking space is reserved by business owners or used for bus stops. Now may be a good time to start thinking about a bus terminal for all these buses, parking meters in the city, and another parking facility. Now, just like parking, the problem of the disposal of plastics and other non-biodegradable material is a worldwide dilemma. The big difference of St. Lucia and other Caribbean countries is the mindset of people in European and North American countries. Now, that mindset is not something they were born with, and I'm not saying it came easily, but I think it's the first thing we have to start changing to solve this problem. We have to start to understand the effects of these materials on our immediate environment and act to control that. How many people go to the supermarket with a bag for their groceries instead of taking all of the plastic bags from them? Supermarkets should offer incentives to persons who come with their own bag, like extra points. What about reusing plastic containers as flower pots or storage, or even for craft for kids? Now that's recycling. Most people think of recycling on a large scale, and that was a common answer from the streets. The problem with recycling is the cost. It costs more to recycle plastic bottles and change them into something else than to make new plastic bottles. The number of plastic bottles that you need to make recycling cost-effective makes it cost-restrictive in Europe and North America. Now, when you consider economies of scale, recycling in this country, we just can't produce enough garbage to make that economically viable. Recycling has to start with each and every individual. Deal with your own garbage. That's it for today. If you have something to say, we want to hear. Look out for the Choice TV crew for a chance to present your solution to the country. Now, if you have a burning question you want us to ask the people, we can do that too. Send us an email with your hot burning issue at solution@choice39.tv. That's SOLUCIAN@choice39.tv. Join us again next week for more Solutions.
Solution.
just on vacation.
Not everyone that's in the prison that is guilty, but we have a university center criminal.